For the wiper blades, my tool of choice is just one of these interior plastic tools. I just find that way I don't damage the plastic as much. This one's got a single thin piece on one side and two, so you can kind of get around a fitting and pop it up. So, but the two work well for the wipers I've found, because what I can do is I can go in and usually I can just kind of get it under. Okay, there we go. And then just, once it's loose, it just kind of pops off and there's your nut. So, usually not too tricky on these. There we go. So, there we go. There's the bolts. So, 14mm socket, we'll loosen those. Take the wiper blades off. And then we'll go for these little guys. So, this one right here, you can use a few different things with a screwdriver or something. So you just push down on that, and then this is where this one comes in handy. Just reaches under there and pops it up. There's one of those on each side. On this side here, so same thing. So just kind of push it down, and then those are ready to come out now. So once you take the wipers off, then this plastic piece right here, this will just unsnap, kind of pops up and then slides off of where it goes up around the windshield. And that'll reveal our metal tray that has a whole bunch of 10mm bolts, but it's takes a few minutes to do, but it's real simple to do. So on the IM, before I take out this little plastic tray, there are two kind of winglets almost on each side of the tray. And once again, if you just use your little tool and snap on it, and it just pops up. And then there's a clip right here that just unsnaps and comes out there. So, and this side has the same thing, so you just kind of snap and kind of pull up and it just unclips. So it's just a little winglet. So there's those two pieces right there. So now you can see it's all the pollen we're having in the spring, so it makes me miserable. So now this, you can kind of hear it. I'm clicking. Just kind of pulls up. There it comes. Just a matter of getting it to pop up there. So it's unsnapped now. So I'll pull that out. Kind of need two hands to get it to pop. So hang on. Okay, so there's two little holes right here, and there's two little clips on this little rubber plastic piece there. So that's what you just kind of got to use two hands to separate them. It's like that on both sides. And then the plastic cowl comes out and it reveals the metal piece there. So you need to take that out, because then we'll have all this access underneath here. So, which is what we need. So, and you can see all the little 10mm bolts, and we also need to remove the wiper motor, and that's real simple too. So get the tools for that and we'll proceed. So to take off the wiper motor. This car we have 10 millimeter here, and we have a 10 millimeter over here. So I'm going to take those two off. Let's see if there's anything else. So those two need to come off, and then it literally slides off. So let's go ahead and take these off. So, now that frees that up, now there's, right under here, there's a little thing that slides, so, and that's why you have to, once you get this undone, slide like that, and then it comes out. Now, I wanted to show you this one. So, see, here's the wire, so you need to get to this. It's difficult to do until you kind of take this out and you can kind of flip it over. So, you can flip it over, you can take a screwdriver and push on the tab or some needle nose pliers or something like that. And then your whole wiper motor is free once you just connect the connector. And the only other one is this piece right here where it kind of loops up through, but it just pops open, it closes like that. And you pop it open right there and it pops open and the cable comes right out. So that one's real easy. So I'll go ahead and pop this connector loose real quick, and that will get the wiper motor out of the way. Right. So grab my needle nose, push on both sides of that, and usually you can get it. I always try and do things with one hand. It's trickier. There it goes. So now my wiper motor is free. I'll put it back here with my wipers. There's a little pile of parts going there. Okay, so now the reason you have to take that out is because it gives us access to all the other 10 millimeter bolts. Yeah, so, so let me go ahead and remove those. Pretty straightforward. Just take them all out, all the bolts out, and then that metal tray will slide right out. So, I must point out that a tool like this can save you a lot of time over just a hand socket. So, if you have the means, I highly recommend it. So, but I've taken out all the bolts, the 10 millimeter bolts. Took about 1 minute with that, so it's not too much. So recommend having a little tray, a little magnetic tray, so keep all your stuff in so you don't lose something. And now, this tray, there we go. So it should just lift right out. Get that wiring harness underneath it there. Got these two vertical fins. Oh, must have fallen. Really hard to do with one hand, so. Let me go ahead and do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the metal tray that I just popped out. Much easier with two hands. But you just kind of have to bend those over a little bit. You just take them out and it pops right out. So, and then there's the plastic upper cowl that we took off. So now you can see all the access we have, and there is our exhaust manifold. So nice and easy to reach. And on the other side. it's easy to reach. So, and this is just the way they design a lot of cars now. You know, they don't leave things open the whole engine bay, so sure make it a lot easier. But once you take that off a time or two, I just had mine off a few weeks ago when I was putting on my lowering springs and installing this strut brace. So they really are easy to install. So